Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside J-Dawg.
Mike, it's good to see you again. You gave me last week off after Thanksgiving, a little
You're
travel
welcome.
to get back to the Northeast. And you, sir, you were at a historic sporting event yesterday. Can't wait to hear about it.
Jeremy, before I start, I want to give a shout out to a listener, a fan, somebody. His name is Chris. Shout out to Chris. Came up to me at the bar. We were pre-gaming to go into the stadium. Tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked around and said, Who is this? Big fan of the show. Loves the podcast. No, this is real.
Come on, Chris?
100%.
Who's Chris?
100% real. Shout out to Chris. Swear to God, tapped me on the shoulder. I was in shock. Ty witnessed it. He's like, that's going on the podcast this week. I'm like, 100%. I was on my way to the bathroom, and I got a tap on the shoulder in this bar. It's called like Whiskey right by the Vegas Stadium. And we had a fan out there, Jeremy.
This is shocking. Chris
Yeah.
in Vegas, thank you for listening and downloading. We just did our 16th anniversary last year, so he's been with us for many years. Mike, did you have a Sports Hangover hoodie on? How do you know it was you? Was it your voice going through the whole bar?
I was wearing a Raiders jersey. I had no identification Sports Hangover swag on. I was just in the bar, walking to the bathroom. By the way, if you were going to Vegas, I was in Vegas for the Broncos.
Yeah,
It basically
best
felt
game
like a
of the
Broncos
day.
home game in Vegas.
Broncos Raiders. Wow.
It was, you really got to pick your spot early somewhere if you're going to like watch the early games. There was nowhere. We were in Park MGM, right? We're like, oh, let's go there first.
Yeah.
Bad move. Sportsbook kind of sucks there. It's really just like a sports bar hidden as like a sports book. You know, it's
We know it's a bad sports book. There's very few good sports books still left on the strip, right? And probably a lot of them are a long walk over from Allegiant Stadium.
yeah. So then we're like, oh, let's go closer to the stadium. So we went over to what's the hotel next to
New York?
No. What's the hotel next to the
The Luxor? It's the pyramid.
No, the one next to the Luxor. What's that?
Next to it?
I forgot what it was called. Whatever that one is, that one has a connection directly to the
Okay,
stadium.
Alexa, stop. You turned on my Alexa with
I
your
know. I'm
Alexa.
sorry. Yeah.
icon.
So we were like, is it still talking? I was like, let's just go there. So we went there. Sportsbook was much nicer, but guess what? Can't sit anywhere. No restaurants. You couldn't sit anywhere. Everything was packed. So like, screw
Wait,
it.
Vegas is packed again on a Sunday morning, 10 a.m. kickoffs?
Jeremy, I have never seen Vegas so full and packed full of people.
Mike, stop the presses. We've been going longer than 16 years, and people are writing the demise of Vegas daily right now.
There is no demise in Las Vegas. Every table was slammed. Every restaurant was booked. Everything was wild. So we left that hotel and we decided, let's just Uber right in front of the stadium. There's a bar there called Whiskey. And that's where we went and watched. It took us.
You're at Mandalay Bay. Is that where you're
We were at Mandalay Bay. By the time
Never been inside there, actually.
it wasn't bad. It was nice. A lot of tables, big sports book. And sports book was actually nice.
And the new baseball stadium's right across from there. Did you see that getting built?
I didn't. We were in it was like a whirlwind. We were trying to get somewhere to watch the games. You know, mutual friend was trying to watch his Steelers and you know all
Good
that.
comeback. All right.
So we went over to Whiskey's. Took us 2 hours to sit down. So by the time we sat down, we actually had to leave to go actually into the stadium. So, but the stadium was great. Huge, brand new. Felt like a home game from Denver. Probably wouldn't go back. Like it's not like that nice. Like I think the live sporting events for football not as hyped up. I would much prefer hockey in person. Hockey in person, the best. Football in person, we were sitting there bored out of our minds. We got like margaritas and we're hanging out. We're watching the game. It's like Gino Smith on the field for like 2 snaps and he doesn't do anything. It was not an exciting game.
Hang on a second. Only Mike is bored out of his mind at NFL games. We also have another friend, another mutual friend, not the mutual friend, the rich friend who fell asleep at a football game before.
Yes.
Mike is famous for attending the best football game in NFL history, that Rams-Chiefs game, Mahomes-Goff. He left early. He was bored during that game.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me one of the most historic endings in NFL history along the gambling lines. You're telling me that you were bored during this whole game.
Jeremy, I got to say something. No surprise. We left early.
The only thing most appropriate is that there's an all-time bad beat at the game you were at a game you had a ton of money on. The second most perfect thing is that you left early of the game you had a bad beat on and didn't see the bad beat with your own eyes.
During the halftime show, Stone Temple Pilots was on, so there was like a concert there, obviously.
Oh, that's like a decent act.
We walked over to where the actual like stage was. So at the end zone, there's like a stage and a big like flame, and there's a big bar right there. So we're like, oh, let's go check that out. We were kind of walking around, wanted to see the stadium a little bit. So we ended up over there getting drinks. By the way, they cut you off at the end of the third period. And it's like a mad dash to go get alcohol because you can't get alcohol. So we're in line trying to get as much alcohol as we can before.
So you did stay to the end of the third quarter. That's newsworthy.
We left with like 4 minutes left. The game was over. Like the Gino Smith looks so. It's like Jeremy. I don't know how he's a quarterback. It was so bad. Also, this gives me a lot of hope betting against Denver in real life. That team cannot throw the ball further than 5 yards. That's
Denver, the team that won, the team that's the number 1 seed in the AFC.
I felt like I was sitting there. I was like, this is why when you're in person watching these games, you can really get a good feel. When I watch it on Jumbotron, I'm like, damn, this is like action. Things are going on. When you're there in real life, I'm like, this is nothing. Like these guys.
Mike, you're turning into a scout in person. You got some scouting tape on Gino. So Gino was like your longtime QB man crush, obviously going back many years to the Seahawks days. What's the latest on Gino? Should he retire right now? Should he end his season prematurely?
Well, since you're in the stadium, you don't really get a lot of like up-to-date information on what's going on anywhere. Obviously, Mason Rudolph came in, which was a surprise. Right?
He did? No.
Yeah. He came in at the end of the game at the bad beat.
Wait, he's on the Steelers.
No. Who's the
Kenny Pickett, the other Steelers legend quarterback.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett came on.
Did he win one? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, with the Eagles.
Right.
He came on. He played a little bit. I feel like his energy might be a little better. I think we saw like a few minutes of him play before we left.
Okay, I got to ask. Mutual friend who grows up the number 1 Steelers fan on planet Earth, who is the only person representing Kenny Pickett in his small hands on draft day, fighting with our friends. I think we lost one of our friends in the group chat because of the small hands debate, Mike. And now our mutual friend gets to see small hands in person. The stat line looked great. I saw like 5 for 7. The guy's like completing passes. What was his reaction in person to seeing Kenny Pickett? Yeah.
Well, let me set the stage for mutual friend. I see him arrive at Park MGM with a 24-pack of not Coors Light, Modelo, just a case. Yeah, you can walk around Vegas with all the beer.
9 a.m. with a case.
Yeah, so he's a few deep by the time we're even into the stadium. So I don't know if he even realized he was playing. That's where he was at.
He couldn't tell that Kenny Pickett replaced Geno Smith. I was excited for the Raiders when that happened. And I said to our group, like, what an amazing game, Mike, for you to see Geno Smith with your own eyes, for mutual friend, to see Kenny Pickett with his own eyes. And our number 1 Steelers fan listener, Lou, will understand how much his son seeing Kenny Pickett must like bring a joy to his heart, right?
I don't think he watched a minute of Kenny Pickett play on the field. It was a rough day. And then at the end of the day, two of the guys, they went home, and mutual friend, I was like, let's go downtown. He ended up taking us to a totally different casino that we were not planning on going to. We ended up at Circus Circus. We ended up at Circus Circus instead of Circa. We were at Circus
The
Circus.
Uber took you to the wrong place.
Yeah.
We did that before. Circus in the year 2025.
Remember when mutual friend took us to the wedding bar, and it was actually not the wedding bar? And we were waiting for
he does that.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Don't trust mutual friend with the Uber. Even if he's willing to pay, watch him type it in to make sure
I know.
it's the right place. Mike, we have to get to the bad beat. You didn't make it to the end of the game.
Yes.
The Raiders are down 10, which in its own right is like, wow, this is closer than it should have been. Broncos number 1 seed. You saw Gino with your own eyes. He got benched right in front of you. The Broncos are up 10. The Raiders have the ball driving. There is no 10-point play in football. It is a 2-possession game. The clock is going to 0. The clock basically is about to hit 0 as time runs out and the game is over. 10-point game, but there was a Bronco defender on top of the Raiders player. So the refs called this delay of game, which you never see in the situation. We see comeback attempts all the time.
There were a lot of flags.
That's a modern NFL. We can talk about that, but that's a modern NFL. So the ref calls delay of game. The clock is hitting 0. The Raiders have no timeouts to extend the game. And then Pete Carroll, and this is where it first got brought to my attention, Dave Portnoy went on a rant of all rants who opened the door on this yesterday. He said he wants to murder Pete Carroll for what happened. But Pete Carroll, down 10, we don't support that on this show. No. Pete Carroll, down 10, kicked a field goal to end the game. The field goal is still worth 3 points. It turns out there's no 10-point field goal, still worth 3 points. Didn't even go for a Hail Mary. Didn't even knee it out to lose by 10 like you're supposed to. The line, I believe, was 8.5.
Yep.
A lot of folks lost on the under, which I did, Mike. A lot of folks lost on the 8.5 side because then the Raiders cover. You were at that game. Do the Raiders have any business covering that game?
Jeremy, it was almost sad to watch the Raiders offense. Every time they came out, it was just like, they're not going to move the ball. Genty can't run. He's not an
He
NFL.
just got there too, by the way.
I know, but
He's
it's
not
just,
the problem, right?
It's just like so sad watching this football team in person. Next time anybody goes to a game and you watch a really bad team play, you will realize how bad that team actually is. It feels like they're unorganized. They don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how Gino's a quarterback. It was really sad. I was like, this sucks that they're actually playing right now because they're so bad. That's how bad it was. And there was no.
But you went all the way there. You paid all the money,
Yes.
but it still was sad and sucks. Like, how many terrible franchises are out there where teams
So many.
go through the motions and the fans sit there and pay the money and they're like, this was actually a terrible day.
Yeah, but I think it would have been a little different. Like if Cam Ward was out there running around, throwing the ball deep. There was none of that. Like the one Brock Bowers touchdown pass was like, that was cool. But there was like, that's one moment in a, 4-quarter game.
It ruined my fantasy season. If you want to know the truth, I cared about the game for one reason, to suppress Brock Bowers and keep him under 10 fantasy points, and he scored a touchdown on like the Raiders' first drive. You were actually still there for that.
We were
That's
still
how
into the
early
game
it
at that
came.
point. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. It was a crazy game. It sounds sad that you were actually there in person to see Gino. You didn't see the bad beat go down. You sent a bunch of tickets early in the day. Did you cash any of those?
Zero cash. No winnings yesterday. It was not a great day. It was
Maybe your Raiders jersey had something to do with that. If you had a Broncos jersey, maybe you would have hit some bets.
Well, the whole stadium, I would say in that stadium, it felt like the Chargers home game where usually it's like the away team.
Yeah.
Felt about 90% Broncos fans. It was when the Raiders were on offense, you heard cheering to distract the Raiders team, the home team, from actually being able to call play. That's how bad it was.
Gino had to go to the silent count at home, which you see from time to time. I assume all home games are like that for them, because whoever's
so
coming
bad.
in to play Las Vegas, you only come in once.
Yeah.
Some teams from the East Coast are coming every 3 to 4 or 5 years. So like any East Coast team is going to bring a big contingent, because of course you want to go out to Vegas and have a weekend, and then on Sunday go see your team win. And if you're playing the Raiders this year, they're going to win. Get back to the Broncos for a second.
Yeah.
The Broncos are the number 1 seed. Bo Nix is the talk of the AFC right now, because I actually have a take. Are we allowed to transition off of this?
Yeah, I got some burning questions too. Also, I didn't watch a ton of football yesterday because we had some issues watching games in Vegas.
Well, yeah, you were waiting 2 hours for tables in the early window, which was
not
pretty
great.
good, as mutual friend missed his Steelers comeback. But I'm going to kind of go off the Bo Nix thing and pose something to you here. Bo Nix is the number 1 seed in the AFC right now. Drake
Correct.
May is the number 2 seed. Trevor Lawrence is the number 3 seed. And I was looking at the playoffs today, Mike, and what you're telling me about Bo Nix and what I'm looking at in the standings, I made a bet today based on all this information. I made a bet on the Bills to be the AFC champion, because you look around the AFC, Josh Allen's the only one left standing. He's the only one there. There's no Burrow. There's no Mahomes, apparently.
I like that a lot.
There's no Lamar Jackson. All these legends that have slayed Josh Allen throughout the years, they're not there this year. And he's going to have to go on the road, sure, but it's teams who are like scared of him. It's Bo Nix and Drake May who the Bills are going to face. I think the Bills today are looking more likely to make the Super Bowl than anyone else in the AFC.
Jeremy, I really like that. I thought you were going to go with the Jags or the Broncos. I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I love that. But the Bills, I guess it was a snow game. I did see some of that snow game. I wish I was able to watch more of the snow game because that looks a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And Burrow and Allen in the snow, like that's what you dream of, right?
I know. It looked great. I really like that bet. What were your odds on it?
Plus like 660, I want to say.
To win the AFC.
Because they're like the 5 seed right now. They should be higher. They're going to go on the road, but they're not a terrible road team. They can play in any weather, as we saw. Yeah, I can't tell you they're going to win the Super Bowl. I want them to. I have bets on them to
Well, if
also
they win the
Super
AFC,
Bowl.
they're going to the Super Bowl.
But I'm saying I can't tell you they're going to win the Super Bowl. This is not a Super Bowl winning bet. The NFC has good teams. This was me taking stock of what you're saying about Bo Nix. I know how you feel about Drake May. Indiana Jones, we'll get to that, but he's not walking through that door. Trevor Lawrence is going to start a playoff game at home. Like this road to the playoffs for the Bills without the Chiefs in it, it's like so easy.
Well, let's talk about the AFC. What about the Ravens? What's going on with Lamar? All I saw was it looked like a really bad game for him. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. You know what? Can I just say, I don't like Vegas on Sunday unless I have a seat where I can see and hear Red Zone. That's what I want. I don't want to be in a stadium on Sunday afternoon anymore. I want to be on a sofa with headphones on or in a bar that I can hear Red Zone. That's what I want.
You're maturing in front of our eyes, Mike, as a podcast host. You used to be a big event guy, and now you're want to be at home for NFL Sunday. Scott Hansen and you, no distractions is all you need. That's why I've always thought the Monday night game in Vegas makes the most sense, by the way. You go for the weekend, enjoy the Sunday at wherever you're watching, go to the Circa Pool. You don't have to rush over to Allegiant Stadium. And then on Monday, you get to hang out and have a 5 o'clock game. So I think the Raiders should play all their home games on Monday nights. I will do that if the Raiders are there Monday.
Well, I'd prefer Thursday, so we're leading into the weekend, because I don't know how well everybody's doing today. Mutual friend, probably not doing great.
Did he get called in sick as a 38-year-old adult?
He texted at noon today, said he just ended up at the office at noon.
Noon, that's even worse. It's like they're asking questions. If you don't show up at all, they think you had a bad day. You show up at noon, it's like you're on display.
He landed last night at like 11:30, 12, and the other guys got flights home at like 7:30. By the way, one of their flights got canceled. They had to jump on a different flight. Always canceling flights out of Vegas.
If you're planning to fly in or out of Vegas from LA, plan to drive one or two ways, because that's always going to happen. You're right. Vegas is not for going to games on Sunday afternoon, but it is for a lot of things. You mentioned the Ravens, Lamar. Lamar has been broken ever since he returned. You said it best 2 weeks ago when we recorded our last show. Someone is playing the role of Lamar Jackson in Ravens games, because it's not the Lamar we've always watched. He looks scared in the pocket. He's not committing to the run. He's getting sacked all the time. He's throwing the ball terribly, not accurately. And then the Ravens also kind of got screwed by the refs. It looked like Likely had a game-winning touchdown. He took 3 steps, but apparently you need more steps, right? You need more.
Well, this is weird, because you see the refs, it's like if the ball crosses the line, it's a touchdown, and then you can fumble the ball, right? So if you're running into the end zone and it crosses the line, you then get a touchdown. But if you make 3 steps in the end zone, hasn't the ball already crossed once if you hold the ball for one footstep down? Or at least 2 feet down would count as a catch.
Two real steps. Like, what matters after that if you got the 2 feet in, just like you're crossing the line, like you said. So the Ravens could have easily won that game. I don't know if the Rodgers and Steelers are any good after this. We're not saying they're going to win the division. What we are saying is the Ravens are broken, the Steelers are broken. The Bengals mathematically can't get there anymore, but someone does have to actually win the division.
Well, then also Indiana Jones went down.
Let's talk about it.
I feel like you shouldn't play injured. Whatever that tibula or whatever he was fractured should not have been playing, because I wonder if that had anything to do with his Achilles. Too many Achilles injuries. Way too many.
Way too many across sports. This could take all of our athletes out. Are you saying if you have a broken leg, you shouldn't play in the NFL?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I think that's what you said.
I saw this thing. Oh my God. I was on like Twitter. I went to bed early in Vegas, so I was like, I'll just browse Twitter, see what all the internet's saying. There was a tweet from somebody that was like an ex-wife of a player and saying all these random things that they were doing. Hold on, let me see if I could find this.
Is this like a gossip column, or is this a real ex-wife? Do we know who she is?
It felt real, and I have no idea where this is now, but it was like, a lot of the players play with injuries, and in the offseason, they'll get secret surgeries to get these fixed and won't tell the teams or anything like that, because if they have to go on IR or they might get cut or something like that. God, where is this? I found it the other day. Hopefully I can find it again.
I believe it. I think the teams are often in on it. The teams, if they find out about an injury officially, they have to put it on the injury list, and they have to let everyone know. It's like a few times this year the quarterback got sick, and they pop up on the injury report. Did you find it?
All right, got it here. It's from the subreddit Ravens, and this is cheated on by my Ravens boyfriend. Here's their tea. So this is all verified by the Reddit postmaster here. So here's the title. But yeah, the title says, broke up with my boyfriend of 3 years and thought I should share all the secrets and fun facts I've been keeping with real fans. To start, Lamar and most others have wanted Harbaugh fired for years. Have overheard many calls about this.
They're getting their wish in a few weeks.
I don't know who Matabuka is. Did I say that right?
Matabuka?
Metabuke.
He's a defender.
She says, is retired. He moved to Texas already.
Oh, well, maybe he is retired. I don't know.
I don't know. 3, lots of them get off surgery in secret in the offseason, so it never gets reported to the press.
Well, that Mike is when the team also knows about it, but the team does not have to tell it to the media after the season. If they can kind of keep it a secret throughout the year, there's no injury report in between like week 18 and week 1.
Really?
And that's when the players can potentially go out and get these secret surgeries or address things that they never even told you about, where a quarterback may have had an injury all year that you never even knew about, and then he got it fixed in the offseason.
They have security guarding their hotel floor at away games because they had issues with people sneaking out.
What they do need is hotel or guards guarding their houses when they play football, because all these football players
I know,
keep
they're all
having
getting
their homes
robbed.
broken into when they play like these standalone primetime games. It seems so easy to like have a car outside your house when you play.
So yeah, I don't know where we were talking about. We were talking about the Ravens, how bad
The Ravens
they are, how bad
are
Lamar
broken.
is.
The Steelers are broken. Someone has to win the division. Like if Shedeur Sanders had a few more weeks, it might be Shedeur literally. So that division probably not worth talking about. But that's another reason I like the Bills to go to the Super Bowl.
So okay, if it's Jacksonville Bills, can Jacksonville beat the Bills if they're playing?
The Bills are the best team. They're going to be like the 5 seed because they're not going to win their division. They're going to be a wild card. They're going to go on the road the entire playoffs. They're going to be the best team in the AFC when they go on the playoffs, Mike. You saw the Broncos in person. The Patriots are not who some people think they are. They did beat the Bills earlier this year. I think they play again this week or the next week. I don't know. There's like no one in the AFC to really challenge them.
Yeah. The AFC feels weird. Feels like it's like anybody's to grab, and if you just get a little bit hotter right now, you can do it.
Well, we've been doing the podcast so long, we don't remember what it's like to not have the Chiefs and Mahomes in the AFC, like willing to be the team who's always there. And they literally go to AFC Championship game every year that he's been in the league. So this is like a great year to be wide open.
So with the Chiefs, I feel like everybody's excited about their downfall. I kind of don't like it. I like when they're good. I like when they're like the bad guy in the game.
But you were getting sick of them too. Like you saw how old Kelsey's been.
I know.
Mahomes has been fat lately. You get it.
So is this the rebuilding? Does Kelsey retire at the end of the year? He's getting married this year. I think there's a date set with
I saw that.
Taylor Swift in Rhode Island, right? Close to you.
Close to me. Should I go?
If you get that invite, you should definitely go.
I feel like it'll be a big press event. We could have a presence there.
What's going to happen with the Chiefs? Like, do they just rebuild from here? What do they do? Because I don't know. I feel like having Mahomes is great, but it feels like everybody else around him isn't that good at all.
I feel like you can't use the term rebuild with the Chiefs. The only rebuild happening is going to be all their vacation homes as they dump more and more money into it, as they spend less time around the facility in Kansas City. Mike, if this is truly the end, we need all eyes wide open, ears wide open to what's going on in Kansas City. Travis Kelce's not going to come back to a bad team. He's going to walk away. Andy Reid, if the cupboard is bare, if there's no more talent left, that man has so many Hawaiian shirts, he can move there tomorrow and never buy another one. He'll be just fine. And then Mahomes is the real question mark. You say, okay, Mahomes is chasing greatness. What do you mean chasing greatness? The Super Bowls are already there. The AFC's already there. Could Mahomes actually early retire when he looks around and sees Andy Reid leaving, Travis Kelce leaving? Maybe not yet, but like a few of these bad years, Mahomes doesn't need this. He's richer. He's more accomplished. He's got the little kids. That team is not going to rebuild. That team is going to fall apart.
So I guess it's tough because you have Mahomes, right? He's going to be there. How long was his deal? Wasn't it like 10 years or something?
It's very long. Longer
very
than
long
he
deal.
will be there, I think. Because he's in his 30s. He's not there forever.
Yeah, but all this tech is getting a lot better. Peptides, stuff like that.
Tell us about it.
There's a lot of stuff out there right now. I don't know. I just think that if we were going to make predictions on next year and like bet on it, where would everybody be? I feel like I would want to take the Chiefs if the Chiefs tax isn't there anymore to at least win the AFC West, right? I would make the bet now if I don't get taxed, because all year long you were getting taxed on betting them to win the AFC, and it was like minus 120 odds. Like, they're worse than everybody else in this division. How are you doing that? And it's just this tax on them.
You're right. To me, Mike, it's a big Fortune 500 company who's seen better days, and the stock is on the decline. Are you going to buy that stock as it's falling, or are you going to buy the stock of the two companies, Bo Nix and Justin Herbert, who are still up and coming, the two franchises that are coming up to replace the number one legend, the Chiefs? I'm looking at those two up-and-coming stocks as I want to make more money quicker. You're going to buy an asset that might be depreciating all the way down.
Well, I'm definitely not buying Herbert's stock. He's had his chance to take the throne, and it looks like Bo Nix is taking
Maybe
stock.
with one hand, he'll be better. Maybe it'll like make him lock in a way that he hasn't before.
I feel like one wrong fall That's it. You're done.
He might not make it. He probably hasn't made it through the game last night that people are listening to us to on Tuesday. How'd the model do, by the way?
Good.
You went cold on Vegas?
Not good. Not a good model. Felt like it was a bloodbath all around. Went 6-7 ATS, 7-6 straight up. Not good.
That's tough.
Not a good day. But
there were some upsets, but not a ton, right?
Well, me and mutual friend had the Bucks in our survivor pool, which didn't go well.
Oh, you lost.
Oh, we're out.
You're done.
We're done.
You're the Bucks against the Saints at home.
Yeah, I was trying to push for Miami.
The Bucks lost.
Oh yeah, they lost.
Oh, I'm out too. I'm just realizing that in real time. I'm out too. I was tracking my whole year. I moved on to week 15. I thought the Bucks won for some reason.
Oh yeah, they're out.
They lost.
Yeah,
that was surprising.
Yeah, so they're out. But my motto came up. They have betting strategies this week. The locks. Oh, by the way, if you want,
rises again.
the AI's got its own opinions. By the way, if you're not subscribed to our Substack, you'll get this all in the Substack email. The full list of all the bets, what the model predicts, everything, 5-star locks, everything like that. I want to say the key themes that they're saying this week: fade all double-digit favorites. Okay, we're fading Philly, Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco. They want to fade them. Now, I don't know why it's so matter of fact. It says just like we are straight up blindly fading.
Because it's all of them. They're not like identifying a team's weakness or strength. They're saying all the dogs are going to bark this week. Now, the 49ers are at home against the Titans, Eagles at home against the Raiders, Jags at home against the Jets. Those are three like really big lines that are probably good for Survivor for the people that did make it, Mike, to week 15.
I will say the Seattle one, they're playing, who are they playing? They're playing, who's the backup for Indy? It's like some random guy that I don't think's ever seen the field. They're playing Indy, basically.
Riley Leonard, who was good at Notre Dame. Rest in peace, Notre Dame. They didn't make it to the football playoff. Rest in peace, Colts, Indiana Jones. You can burn all those tickets that you have in the system.
It likes home dogs with a little edge. It likes the Patriots, Broncos, Bengals, and Saints this week.
I'm just going to go back a second. I think the Seahawks are the most likely team to continue the run of domination. I made two bets actually today, Mike. One was Bills AFC Championship. Two was Seahawks NFC Champion. The way the Rams are leaking oil a little bit here, the Seahawks have a big game against them in 2 weeks to take over the number one seed, get home field advantage. Even if they don't, they've been good on the road. I have Bills Seahawks in the Super Bowl as of today, December.
I love that. Wow. All right.
You're agreeing with me. Wow.
It's been kind of weird. I've been kind of like staying away from Seahawks, talking about them, doing a lot of stuff.
We should talk about them. The Seahawks and Rams are the two best teams. They just happen to play in their own division.
I know. It worries me a little bit. I don't know if I trust Sam Darnold fully. Like if it came down to the wire, I would rather trust Matt Stafford than Sam Darnold.
You just made me remember last December when the Vikings were going to the Super Bowl and then Sam Darnold happened for like 2 weeks in a row. I think he lost like
He's still in
$200 million.
There. The real Sam Darnold's still in there, and sometimes he shows. I know JSN really helps him out by scoring a ton of touchdowns for him, catching every ball.
He's good, isn't he?
He's really good. He's really good.
He's really good. The Seahawks might need to have a QB ready. Like knowing what Sam Darnold did to tank the Vikings last year, the Seahawks are like in a very similar situation. They should have the backup like throwing, just ready to go. If they see like in the eyes, if they see the sign in Darnold's eyes like he's seeing ghosts, they need to get him right out before it's too late.
It's been good so far, but it is getting scary. We're getting down to the wire here. Regular football season's almost over. We're almost in the playoffs. It's coming fast. It's kind of crazy.
That's exciting, actually.
Is it? Then you kind of forget about football for 6 months,
but
then
it'll
we're back.
warm up and we'll be happier.
And that's, I mean, it also has a fade list. It says don't touch Cardinals, Texan, bad team versus good team, no value, and caution Vikings, Cowboys.
Shout out Jacoby Brissett. The guy is losing games but putting up major stats.
He really is.
He made another big contract this season for another backup offseason. I might even give him like a starting contract at this point.
Well, where does Kyler go? I feel like there's a lot of fun places he could go next because he's gonna go somewhere.
I want Kyler for Tua. Like I'll do it tomorrow.
Really?
Straight up.
Now, do you continue paying Tua's contract and pay Murray just to get him out of there?
Well, we don't want to pay for two bad quarterbacks. We only want to pay for one. But I'm willing to pay for either one if it helps get the clock moving.
Because it looks like the Bryce Young thing is maybe not working great, but it is working. They're almost about to win the NFC South, maybe.
Mike, Caleb Williams and Bryce Young are going to be like division winners. Like we need to like cool down the hot takes. I don't know.
Caleb's not going to do it.
He's 9-4.
He's not going to do it. I just have no faith. The two teams I have no faith in, Patriots and Broncos. after watching the Broncos in real life, I have no faith. And
so then, like, who do you have making the AFC or the Super Bowl from the AFC then, if you don't believe in those two?
I mean, I guess it would have to be. I mean, the Jags are good. The Bills are good. I just feel like the teams that haven't been able to play really good teams or compete hard, I feel like those are the teams that I would rather play. Even if you have more losses, that means you fought good teams and you can adjust and figure out if you can beat them in the future.
I think you're right. My point is use your take that you have, which is a really strong one, to go place some bets. Because you're telling me the number 1 and number 2 seed in the AFC aren't going anywhere.
Nowhere.
That's a wide open door for our listeners to go find seeds 3 through 6 or 7 and go make some value here.
Yeah, I got to look later. I got to see what's out there. Because the AFC is tough.
Because also, like we said earlier, the Ravens and Steelers are terrible. Literally, like the Bills and Jags are like the 2 teams who are decent, and the Jags aren't even decent. So it's like, Can we just appoint the Bills in the play? I'm getting so excited for the Super Bowl because the Bills are going to be there. They're going to be there.
So Bills, Seahawks, do they both wear their blue jerseys? That'd be great.
I tell you if the Seahawks will be there. Like, you just remind me of the Sam Darnold thing, which scares the shit out of me, knowing what he did to Minnesota last year. I think I need to like rescind my Seahawks bets.
Well, who would you take other than the Seahawks? Let's say the Rams are out of it. Let's just say it's who else would be there? I guess it would be like
I've always
playing
been
the
a Packers
Panthers.
guy.
Are they
Jordan
playing the
Love is like legit, and he's got all these receiving weapons, and Watson's back making plays, and Jacobs is one of the best running backs in football. Cold weather, they're going to play well at Lambeau in December and January. I think the Packers are right there. The Eagles, who are also up there, they're not that team. They look scary, and they're infighting. They're infighting so much.
I do have a ticket that I placed. Was Green Bay Buffalo Super Bowl matchup last year.
That's
after
a great ticket.
Yeah, right.
I like that ticket. A matchup, a specific matchup.
The specific matchup. I also had Indy winning the AFC. What is it? South.
I didn't let you talk about it enough, but Indiana Jones lost, and he's done. And he's.
Oh, I know. No, I know that. And Anthony Richardson has a broken orbital socket, which from a football?
Doing band workouts.
Well, I thought it was from a football.
Band workouts.
Something's up with that guy.
Something snapped.
I don't like that. It's almost like the JJ McCarthy thing. It's like, even if you're not injured, we're just going to put you to the side a little bit.
JJ McCarthy, it didn't matter, and he won a big game.
Didn't matter.
So look out for that.
Yeah, there he is. That's all I got.
Indiana Jones. He lost to. I mean, the guy beat so many things throughout the history and legacy of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And he couldn't beat the broken leg, ACL, Achilles, the whole thing.
He'll be back. He'll be on a new team next year for sure. He'll get a big contract.
In 2 years, because it takes that long to rehab, and it'll be like Sam Darnold. We're going to forget about him, and he'll just pop up somewhere and hope he's
Somebody's got to sign him.
Know.
Somebody's got to sign him soon. He'll be somewhere.
Right. Survivor this week, 49ers versus Titans.
I'm out of Survivor. I don't even want to talk about it. It's over for me.
All right, Mike went to Vegas, had a bad beat, left early. He checked all the boxes. Went to bed early. All the
gambling on those it's all over. Just week by week now. No Survivor, no nothing. Survivor's dead. Most people are out of it at this point, so it's like the people.
That's why I asked, because we're trying to win people a championship. I'm telling you, 49ers versus Titans could be a great one.
Most people might have used the 49ers.
Most people, what they did, Eagles versus Raiders, also there.
Okay.
But Mike, the best news of the show, Vegas is back on a December weekend.
It is.
Proving all the doubters wrong. I'm actually excited to go back now.
Vegas is alive and doing very well. A little bit cheaper tables too. They got some $10 blackjack tables.
On the strip?
On the strip.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Vegas
Park
may be
MGM.
back.
Park MGM, you get $10.
Rumor is Vegas may be back.
All you had to do is just lower the price a little bit and people will come back.
Buffets? They dropped the price on buffets too?
Jeremy, I ate like a chicken sandwich the whole time I was there. It was the weirdest because you can't find food anywhere. You couldn't find food.
That's always a late night problem in Vegas. You got to go so far for late night food.
I know.
But Eataly's right there in Park MGM.
Yeah, well, we didn't. I stayed at the Rio, which, by the way, amazing.
What's going on over there?
Amazing hotel. Amazing. I was so impressed. I walked in. I'm like, this is the Rio? Why have I never been here? This is
off
great.
Strip. You're like a mile off the strip.
Jeremy, it was the best $49 I spent for a hotel room.
That's how much it was?
I had a double king luxury suite with a gigantic sofa and 85-inch TV in my bedroom. It was amazing.
They're giving that out for $45. So Rio needs to be blasting billboards around the Northeast. $45 rooms that are nice like that and warm weather. I got
on the Black Friday sale, but I will say, why not stay at the Rio? Because it's so great. So and also, You can just get a quick Uber to the Strip, do whatever you want on the Strip, come back to your hotel room, or if you just want to walk around, there's like 4 casinos right next to Rio that I had no clue were there.
I've never even been over there. I don't even know what's there.
Jeremy, it was great. Rio was huge. There was like a cowboy conference going on. Everybody was in cowboy hats. It
fit right in.
It was. I loved it. Rio's my new favorite.
Rio. Wow. They need to be blasting this out to the Northeast. People need to escape New York and go to the Rio.
You know what I realized? I think people want to smoke indoors. That the whole hotel smelled like smoke.
Oh,
but
you were okay with that?
But I was like, this is what Vegas people want. They don't want to go to the Park MGM and no smoke anywhere. They want to be sitting smoking a cig while they're at the slot machine.
The issue with Park MGM is a beer and a 1 slice of pizza at Italy is like $60 now. It's like getting out of control for us.
Tony spent $100 on 4 slices of pizza.
Well, that's about right.
So
Did he
expensive.
eat them all himself?
I don't think so. It's a lot. All right. Check us out on Substack. Subscribe to us on YouTube. What else? Go to sportshangover.com. All the links are there. Good show. See you.